Welcome to the Real Estate Show. This is Architect Narayan, and today we are in mid 2019, approaching 2020. What is really wrong with the real estate? Well, do we see a recovery soon? Everyone is asking today, what is wrong with real estate? How low will the price go? A lot of articles are printed that the price is further going to go down by 50%. Almost all of them today are painting a bleak picture of the state of real estate. There is a lot of people who are blaming the government for the present state of real estate. It is surely the fact that post the reform by the government, the real estate has not recovered. Today, we have almost all developers, all builders who are probably facing one of the most challenging times they have ever seen. As a country, also experiencing some of the most challenging time this country has ever seen. Now, let us ask some basic questions. Why real estate is facing such a time? Is the government responsible for the situation? Has time come to change or to look at things differently? What are the short-term future and long-term future of real estate? Well, let us see that the Indian real estate has come a long way since 1990, known as a golden period. The growth of the industry is attributed mainly to the Indian growing population, rising Indian economy, rapid urbanization. However, despite the positive outlook of the sector in the past few years, it is battling challenges. Moreover, it is facing situational extremities such as increasing need of housing but diminishing projects, launch in semi and urban areas, and an increase in investor pile-ups but shortfall of demand in urban areas. These trend points towards some major issues through which the Indian real estate is passing at present. Job loss, bleak prospect in other sector affects the Indian real estate sector majorly. Real estate should be seen in a multi-dimensional form. Real estate being a larger sector, a lot of external factor affects this segment. People earning in the bracket of 2.5 million rupees and 10 million rupees per annum are the major investor in the real estate sector. Thus, they make up to a large portion or a huge portion of the factor responsible in the sector's growth. Most people in this country are employed with IT and other service related companies. According to IIFL 2017, Indian IP and BPO sector employs approximately 4 million people. However, recently, according to many reports, employees working in this middle management of these companies are at a higher risk of job loss due to increasing automation, change in demand. This affects the ability to purchase a premium and mid-level housing. Thus, the issue of job loss has hit the sector directly. Demand of the housing will continue to drop, particularly in the city as a result of this. There is no doubt that the economic slowdown has affected the real estate sector. In 2006, the real estate sector passed through this golden period. Property prices demand were at all-time high. However, in 2008, when recession hit the world, several challenges were faced, such as drying up of funds in the bank, stock market crash, currency crisis, large-scale job loss. As a result, the higher income group put off the plan of investment in real estate. As a result, the demand of housing went down. Developers struggled to find buyers, tenants for overpriced properties. They were eventually forced to sell the stock at a loss. Almost all sectors are seeing challenging times. Pharma, manufacturing, service, IT, all these industries going through difficult times with uncertain future. Senior and mid-level management of these companies would not want to risk or take risk. That too, get involved in investing of their biggest investment of their life. There is another thing which is affecting is called the waiting game. For almost 8 to 6 years, almost all newspaper articles, media news talks about real estate is showing a slide in the price. This is one of the reasons why most investors end up not investing. So almost all of them are waiting for future price cut. Well, I see that the recent article in a leading media house in Mumbai and Delhi stating that the future of or there will be further rate cut of 50% in this in Delhi and Mumbai. If you ask me, there will be no further possibility of cut. This is the bottom out, and that we can see, and that is called a waiting game. Developers are themselves to be blamed for a lot of this situation they are in today. Real estate developers, no matter where they are engineered to be the most optimistic creature on this planet. The optimism, the oversightedness, the arrogance has got them to where they are today. If you look at the Indian developers who has taken this optimism to a whole new level, if you ask them, how much did you build in last 5 years? You will get an answer of 500,000 square foot. If you ask them what you're going to build in next 5 years, it is going to be 5 million square foot. Most of them stretched themselves to a level that there is no coming back. They have never assessed the risk. All these risks taken are based on many people's life and earning. Today, with this government policy, there is no choice. It is complete or jail. No place to run as used to be, no country to go as used to be, no dumping poor customers. It is surely a bleak prospects for the developers. Despite all this, even today, many of them are planning new projects. Rather than consolidation of old ones, new risks are being taken to neutralize the earlier and the older risk. Is government responsible, or will the government's intervention make a difference? Let us see what the government has done in the past few years. A sea change of policy in almost all sectors. This is one reason why almost all sectors are going through challenges. Some of the major policy in real estate were: one, demonetization. Due to demonetization has made a large dent in this sector. It is already a pressured sector. Demonetization has made a very large dent. It is a fact that large sum of money were directly invested in this sector without a trace leaving behind. With demonetization, it has made sure the cash in the system is completely dried off. With the demonetization, all businessmen, government officials, politicians, Traders see their unaccounted wealth disappearing overnight. The next is introduction of GST aimed to dismantle multi-tax system. This is seen quite a progressive move by the government. This has surely made an impact in the real estate. This sector, being a large sector, has lost small vendors, supplier, contractors, and small-time retailer who have thrived in not paying taxes. With the advent of GST, the cost of material has gone up in all categories. The next is RERA. RERA, I have spoken a lot about RERA in the past. RERA has surely made the last nail in the coffin for the developers. RERA has made sure it is not business as usual. With the advent of RERA, no developer cannot, now the developers cannot take risk as it used to happen. Today, they have to ensure that the risk is weighed. They have to deal with the change in the law. They have to deliver what is promised within time and quality. With the developer knowing the alternate routes are closed or shut down, it is for them to deliver or jail. This is what RERA has made. A lot of policies government may be good in terms of long term, but in short term, this has created a hysteria among the developers community. They have seen no growth, they've seen no sales and no alternative routes. Government has made sure, have to make sure that there is short-term calmness into this sector. Let us look at another point of view is, has time changed to look at things differently? Now, what I see is people talking about, and what I don't see people talking about, how things have changed in the past few years with the advent of mobile apps and internet. Every business in every sector has seen a large challenge in the way business are being conducted. Today, every business are seeing a paradigm shift. Every traditional business are seeing the business being threatened. It is not business as usual for all with automation and AI. In today's time, making profit is not the name of the game. Business which are constantly loss or consistently loss making year on year are being valued and funded largely. So this is near, or what we would say is this going to be different in coming years? Now let us look at a near and a long term future. Surely troubled by near time for the developers, or I would say is a near future for the developers. A lot of consolidation would happen in 2019 and 20. Things are going to be, or is going to get worse in near future. Sales would see further dip. Will see a further dip. There will be less investors. There will only be end time users coming in. For a long term, things are going to be much better. The policy, as it settles down and the developers settling down, you will see a better prospects in near time future. We would see that post 2020, there would be some kind of correction in price. There would be a better demand, and we would see that in next 1 year or 12 months, the things would be stagnant. Now from the customer's end point of view, due to intense competition, homeowners would expect low cost, better payment flexibilities, and quality projects. Homeowner would be very, very careful in whom they are investing with. Now, it is surely going to be a very tough 12 months for the real estate. That's it for today's show. This is signing off. This is Architect Narayan. We'll see you soon.